Welcome back to Plumbing Professors Radio on New Talk Radio 1270. Good morning, and before the break, we told you we were going to teach you about a plumbing valve in your home that everyone should know about, from a teenager or older. But before we do that, we have our first caller on the phone. Let's talk to Renee from Detroit.
Good morning, Renee. How you doing?
Oh.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, Renee. How about you?
Pretty good.
Good. Tell us what's happening, Renee.
Well, I've used your company several times before, and I love the professionalism and the timeliness that you come out when I need you. A few years ago, I had the high-pressure water jetting, and it works great. I haven't had any sewer backups since then. But my problem is, ever since I had that procedure done, there's this foul odor that comes up through the pipes in the bathroom. I don't know if it's coming from the sink or the toilet or the tub. Is there any idea on what it could be?
Yeah, Renee, each fixture in your home has what we call a trap seal or water holding the bad smell from coming out so you smell it. Just picture your toilet. That toilet always has water in it. What that does is that blocks the gases or the bad smells coming up into your home. So more than likely, you have a lack of a trap seal or a bathtub that might have evaporated some water, or a floor drain. A lot of times in your basement, you'll have a floor drain. And people don't really realize that you have to make sure that has water in it. If that floor drain doesn't have water in it, you'll get those bad smells coming up into your home.
Okay.
So I would recommend going into all your faucets or all your fixtures, your toilet, your bathtub, your floor drains, and pour a gallon of water and maybe mix a little bit of bleach in there. And that should help your sewer smell. And
Renee, do you have bathrooms that aren't used all the time where maybe there's those traps might be dry that Matt is talking about?
It's a one-bedroom or one-bathroom house, so that's the only bathroom that we have, and we use it frequently. But I guess, it may be the floor drains in the basement. There are 2 floor drains, and so I'll try the water and bleach, pouring water and bleach down those. I didn't think of that.
Matt, could it be a vent line? Could she have anything coming back from a drain waste vent?
Possibly. Renee, do you have any trees that cover the top of your home?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Have you been on the roof? Or has anybody been on the roof in the last?
Yeah, lately.
Right. Yeah, it's.
I go up there all the time.
Right, exactly. No, very rarely do things get into that roof vent, but it is a possibility. But you would be getting other symptoms like gurgling of drains. If you flush your toilet, if you heard it go glug glug glug, those are all signs that might be an issue. But from what you're describing, I'm pretty confident that if you put some water in those floor drains, that's going to take care of your problem.
Okay.
And Renee, you know what I'd like to do? Renee, you are truly the first caller ever on Plumbing Professor Radio. We have never had a caller call in with a problem. We make a product at Plumbing Professor called Drain Maintenance Treatment. We nickname it DMT. And it's a safe product that has little microbes in it. It's a dry powder. It's safe around your family and your pets, and it's really designed to be used in every drain in your home once a month. And once you do it that way, those little enzymes that are in there, when they're activated, they eat anything organic in a pipe, and that may be causing part of your odor. So if you'll stay with us when I put you on hold, we'll take your numbers down, and we will send you a box free of drain waste treatment to thank you for the call. And that may be part of the problem, because those little enzymes, once they get in the drain, they will go nonstop forever, and they're environmentally safe, and that may reduce the problem too.
Okay, thanks.
Renee, we really appreciate the kind words too. It's really important to us to make sure we're doing all the things that we say we're going to do, and we really do appreciate that.
And thanks for your call, Renee. I'm going to put you on hold. Thanks.
Thanks, Renee.
Now, Steve brings up a good point about drain maintenance treatment, guys. When you have drain problems, you're not going to be able to put a Drano.
This is the 5-minute.
You're not going to be able to put a Drano or anything like that down the drains, and it's going to open it up. I mean, once the drains are plugged or clogged, and you have water sitting in the bottom of your bathtub or in your sink, you need to have it snaked and cleaned out properly the first time. Then after that, we can use this drain maintenance treatment as a preventative drain cleaner. So instead of having a plumber out once or twice a year or even every other year, this is going to prolong the life of that drain after it's been cleaned properly. So you might be able to go 3, 5, 6 years before you have to have that drain cleaned again.
Well, Matt, you bring up a really good point there. The drain maintenance treatment is relatively new technology. It's been around a while, but it really hasn't made it to homeowners until just recently. And the nice thing about the product is it is safe around family and pets. It can't hurt you. It can't burn you. If your animals get into it, or even your kids, they might have a little indigestion, but there's nothing in it that's unsafe.
Well, Steve, isn't it true you could use it for cat litter boxes?
Yes, absolutely. You can.
Sprinkle a little bit around there, and that helps keep that smell down.
Here's what I'd like to tell you, ladies, because, sooner or later we'll all end up doing it ourselves. So take a milk jug, and when you get a box of this, there are 12 packets in it, one for each month. And so you just put a packet of it into a gallon of water, and you go to every one of your drains every month. And you will be so happy, because my husband actually asked me if my toothbrush smelled. And I was quite insulted, but it really was the vanity sink, because down that vanity sink goes toothpaste, goes shaving cream, goes hair, and that begins to smell. It gets hardened and it smells. If you use a little bit of drain maintenance treatment every month, you'll find that you won't have those smells.
Absolutely. And that product is designed for hair and paper or anything that is organic. It can take care of over time.
And most people don't understand that soaps and hair products, they're made from grease products. So that
and grease smells.
It gunks up. I tell you what, it's almost like a mashed potato once it goes down. It's very, of course, we said this was a dirty show of people. So please
call in and talk dirty to us.
Please excuse the graphics, but really, once that stuff goes down those drains, it gets really soft and mushy. So you need some sort of product to be able to clean it out. And people with septic tanks have been using this for years and years and years. It's called Ridex. It's a bacteria. Bacteria is good for drain pipes. It helps keep the water flowing. It helps recirculate that stuff and get it back into water. It's all biodegradable waste. So you want it to get bacteria in there and turn it back into water.
And guys, I know this is really an exciting topic, but we were going to tell people about the plumbing valve in their home that everybody from a teenager up should know about. And we definitely want to do that, because this is really serious. If you take nothing away from today's show but this, it could save you a whole bunch of time and aggravation.
That's right. 80% of homes are damaged because of water. ISC Services, which is a restoration company that we recommend, they go into these homes. It's not fire damage, it's not wind damage, it's water damage. So when something happens in your home and water is pouring through your ceilings, you need to know what to do.
And Matt, it's important that we emphasize we're talking water damage from plumbing in the home. We're not talking about hurricanes, tornadoes, thunderstorms. We're talking about the plumbing and piping in your home right now while you're at church or at breakfast or on vacation or out at the Lions game or relaxing away from your home. That plumbing is pressurized. And if something happens while you're gone, it's going to leave a mess.
It doesn't have to be while you're gone. This happened to my friend Sophie. She was upstairs getting ready, and Sophie's a very beautiful woman, so it might take her a little bit longer than you might think to get ready. But anyway, she heard a funny noise downstairs, and she went downstairs to find that the hose behind her wash machine had burst open. Her entire first floor, all hardwood, was completely covered in water. And I have to tell you, it was enough. That made her heart sick. But then over the course of the next 2 months, just to get it cleaned up and to get it restored was an absolute headache.
And understand what you need to do when this happens. 911 isn't going to be able to help you with that. And we do hear a lot of people ask us that question. Who do we call?
She called her husband, who happened to be in Nebraska. Really didn't help.
Oh, he was in North Dakota. He was in on a job in North Dakota when she called him. That's why this is so important. Now, if I were to ask you, what's the one thing everybody should know about plumbing, I doubt that very few people would know the answer to that question.
I know.
But really, the water meter. You have to know where your water meter is. I mean, that is the incoming water from the city into your home. So that supplies everything in your house. So if you have a water problem, we're going to talk to you about where to find that valve. We're going to talk to you about how to shut that valve off when we come back.
Go find your water meter right now.
Yep, I promise when we come back, we're going to tell you. You're listening to New Talk Radio 1270, Plumbing Professor Radio.